So, has the Grinch stolen Christmas yet? Well, I think we have about a week to find out for sure, but I want to ask you this. Do you remember where you were on Friday the 13th way back in March? I do. And now fast forward 9 months. We've been in lockdowns, we've been in code red, pandemic full blown right here in our own backyards. So there's still questions to be answered. When we get the vaccine, will we be back to normal? Will masks be part of our regular wardrobe? Questions we still don't have the answers for, but anyways, 2020 has been a great year for some people. They really had to pivot. So we'll share those stories with you today on Hue at Home. And now let's head out west to visit with Sage and Tim from Shred Kelly. And they really did have a lot to celebrate in 2020. Well, we're going to head it out west. We're going to talk with Shred Kelly. Well, more importantly, Sage McBride and Tim Newton. They are the founders of Shred Kelly, and I just have fond memories of them being at the Winnipeg Folk Fest and having them in studio, and just knew that they were destined for something greater. So they're going to talk about their new album, Like a Rising Sun, and a whole lot more. So I want to give a big wave to the whole band. There you see them there. Oh, in happier times, green grass, all nice and close together, no social distancing, but I want to give a big hello to Sage and Tim. How are you guys doing? Hey.
We're doing pretty good. Yeah, definitely chillier here than the Winnipeg Folk Festival.
Do you have
snow on the mountains?
Oh, do you have any snow yet?
Just on the top of the mountain. Okay. So it's creeping its way down. Not in town yet, but probably soon.
So, all right, let's get right into it. 2020, well, it'll definitely be a year that we'll all remember, but I think it's going to have a lot of different kind of memories for both you and Tim, correct, Sage?
Yeah, it's been kind of a busy year, and we've been in a bit of a fog since the pandemic started. We have an 18-month-old, so we released a record and then have been trying to do all the things with music, but then also having a busy toddler makes things a little bit crazy. So I'm not sure we actually will remember 2020.
Yeah, it's just be a huge blur.
And then I guess a bit of sadness for you too, Tim, this year as well. Yeah.
Right after our daughter was born, I lost my dad to a rare heart illness. Just about a month and a half after she was born. So that was a big sort of bomb on our life right when we were writing the new record. And but it was, being so close to our daughter's birth, it was just like, it was so hard to, grieve at the time because we were so busy with the new baby and everything. So it was quite a interesting time.
Well, and they do say, though, it is very important to take that time to grieve. So has it slowed down? Have you had time and, together even now as a family?
Absolutely. Yeah. So when it all happened, like I said, it was really busy. It was kind of crazy. And right in that time, we were writing the new album. So it became a huge theme on the album as well. The birth of our daughter and the passing of my dad. And then following the finishing of the recording, things started to slow down. And actually just writing the album in the aftermath of all this happening was a really good healing process for our family. And so it was nice to take the time with finishing the record, and then mixing the record and doing all the things you do. It was a huge sort of healing process for us, I would like to say. Yeah.
Wow. And I guess isolation and everything else. How are the rest of the band doing? And I guess it must have been interesting doing this album, I guess, isolated and not really together. Or how did that work?
Yeah, so we had finished recording the record and it was all like mixed and mastered and everything, but then we were just about to do the release kind of when lockdown happened. So a lot of the things like the promotional assets we hadn't really prepared yet. So a lot of the videos we had to make, like one of the videos we ended up making like on our phones just from our various points of isolation and sent to our neighbor who's a videographer to piece together. And then we did an animation. And then this summer we were able to actually get together with a crew, but had to do it really safely and everyone wearing masks and trying to stay outdoors and try to write the script that way just to keep everyone safe. So definitely different considerations. And then we've been doing virtual music festivals and now a virtual tour. So it's been different, but yeah, the silver lining is that we've had a lot of time at home and that we haven't had to be in the van as often, and we've learned a lot of new skills about
Oh, and that's a big question. Will your daughter travel with you? Hopefully next year you'll be out on the road.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
we were actually, when the pandemic hit, we were supposed to go open for the Dead South in Europe on a 14-day tour, and we were scheduled to fly there on March 24th, I think, and then lockdown happened on like the 21st or the 18th or something, and then so we canceled our flights and then stayed. So we were all prepared to do like a 3-week European tour, and my mom was going to come and be the nanny. But it luckily we were happy that things got called off when they did, so that we weren't already there and having to fly home in the middle of the tour. So the timing worked out well. But the game plan was for her to be on the road with us, and so we had that planned in a busy summer. But I think she doesn't know it yet, but she's probably appreciative that that our lives have slowed down a little bit.
No doubt. So let's talk now about this virtual tour, Tim. It's number one, supporting all these great Canadian venues, and in fact, you will be coming to Winnipeg, sort of, to our dear place, the Park Theatre. And yeah, like not only you think about the musicians, but it's all these venues, right, that have been hit so hard.
Yeah, normally we'd be going right across the country playing these great venues, and the pandemic has really canceled all music for these places, and it's been really, really hard for the venues because that was their main income. A lot of the places aren't restaurants as well, so just the live music not being there has been a real big hit. So we really just wanted to, support the venues, but also get ourselves out on an album release tour because we can't in the traditional way. So we sort of formulated this plan to play on the Facebook pages of these great venues that we know and love virtually. And our booking agent sort of reached out, and it seemed to be something that all the venues were interested in. So we put together this tour, and it's been we're into show number 5 tonight, I think, and it was a huge learning process because the technical side of things is really, we've never done anything like this. So the streaming, a full live band was about a month of trying to figure it out and buying new gear and stuff. But we've converted our rehearsal space into pretty much a television studio, and so by show 5 tonight, we've really got the everything ironed out, hopefully. So.
Okay, so then we need to talk, because then I could have like my own house band, because that's what I've done here is we've created our own TV studio too as well. So we should talk then. That'd be great. I could have my own house band.
Yeah.
And we can have, our first 18-month-old fan,
Yeah.
That
That's great.
well, no, and, say hi to all the band. Everybody's safe and healthy?
Yeah, everyone's been doing really good. I think, everyone's been, making the best of the time at home, and we all kind of have other things that we've been working on as well as the band. So we've definitely been okay. But yeah, this virtual tour has, we didn't really know kind of how we would feel about doing it, if it would feel weird, but it's actually been feeling really nice just to play a show every night. Like, it does feel similar kind of to being on tour, in the sense that we sort of have that chance to play music together and play to an audience of sorts again. So it is kind of like the best we felt about music, since it's like the most normal we've done since.
Wow. Like they say, it's the new normal. So anyways, we will have our first taste of what's coming up on this album, Like a Rising Sun. So Sage and Tim, can you play us out with a song?
Yeah, for sure. We'll play our song, Looking For. And we have a music video for this one, too, that we just released. It's about how Tim and I met. And the music video is sort of about, it shows sort of it's reenacted the day that we met by friends of ours.
So nice. Take it away.
what's up. Ooh, say what, say what, say what. Girl, you know what's up. Ooh, say what, say what, say what. Girl, you know what's up. I'm digging you. I'm hitting you. Girl, you know what's up. Say I'm digging you. And I'm holding you. Tell me what's up. Tell me what's up. Girl, you know what's up. Ooh, say what, say what, say what. Girl, you know what's up.
Well, Santa has been very, very busy on Corridon Avenue. So we're going to go to Santa right now, and that is actually Angie Zachary at Beauty Bar. And Angie, you know what? You've been working very, very busy on some boxes. So what's in the box, Angie?
So it's just like a really fun little project that I started doing as soon as we had a second lockdown this year, right? So I thought to myself, I'm not going to turn into a blob. I promised myself that that I would do something special. And because of the huge trend that was going on and the importance of supporting local and keeping our money here, I decided to create the beauty box. And this was something that I was going to put out in the new year when I had a little bit more time, because I expected a lot different circumstances this holiday season. But I thought I need to take advantage of this right now, and I need to help us because we can't even buy a glue stick right now. So we can't even make arts and crafts at home. So I made this really cute little box called the Beauty Box. And first thing I did was I just kind of made like this little protocol. So I just printed it out. So this is a little mini version. It's like I just stuck it on with paper. But then I came up with the final box, which is the Beauty Box.
Wow. And what's inside?
What's inside? So every box is different. So after you do a little quiz, I can then make your box perfectly tailored towards to the client. So in here, this person has blonde hair, and they did a quiz. So they love wine. So in here we have a wine from DeLuca's, Sugar Joy candy. This one is a gluten-free one because she's gluten-free. We also have vegan options for the boxes. There's a really cute little glow box from Nikki's Beauty Box. This is a really awesome new makeup product, which is vegan, cruelty-free, and organic.
Wow.
So, yeah, we've got some sugar blossom bracelets, earrings, and rings that are going to be going into the boxes. Our favorite, like hemps and stuff like that. We put some Kevin Murphy. We also have in a lot of the boxes, some Colin Canary in a lot of them. Some Dermalogica products. We'll usually put a Dermalogica product based on the quiz, of course. If you already have a skincare thing that you like. Then we got these really great little like Sip Smart straws, which the money is going to save the turtles in the ocean. And these straws are like reusable, so you don't need and you just carry it in your purse and it comes together. These are like some really cute little
Oh my God.
two men that created this straw. So it all comes together and you could put it in your drink. And then it's got a little cleaner thing in there too that you just like kind of like a pipe cleaner.
Wow.
So that's in every box. What else do we have? For those that like yoga or they put that they like yoga, we have a really beautiful yoga block.
Oh
The
my
weight
gosh.
size of these are awesome. There's another girl who made these beautiful chocolate bombs. So you just add either some hot water or some hot milk, almond milk, whatever you want to do, and then they'll explode, and then it makes you hot chocolate. It's got marshmallows in the ball and everything. And then we have different things like hair clips and hair scrunchies and water bottles and
Oh my goodness. And so these are all, you're supporting local, correct? Like these are
all
all
local products. So if something is not local, let's just say Kevin Murphy's not considered a local product. It's supporting us locally here in Winnipeg because it's a product that we sell.
right.
So still, everything is going to support a local business. And for the majority, it's women-owned businesses. And if they're not, it's still when their contribution is still helping to support women in business. So it's really, really exciting.
Oh my goodness. So what is the price point for a box, and how do we order them?
Okay, so they're 120. You can no longer order them because we've totally sold out. We're hoping to release. Yeah, we sold out twice in a day. Both the first day we sold out basically in the first hour, and then I said, do a couple more because I have some more boxes coming, and we'll just make it work because I want to be able to make it work for everybody. So we released 3 times the amount, and we sold out in about 5 hours.
Oh my goodness, Angie. Oh wow.
Yeah, and then after that we started filling the boxes. We started getting like a lot of new products coming in and whatnot. And then just yesterday we released 50 more boxes, and they sold out in under an hour.
Oh my goodness, that is so wonderful. I think too, you know what? We should do this once a month because, you know, January and February, right, are always kind of like hard times for businesses because people have spent everything that they had during Christmas. But what a wonderful way to give back. And, you know, let's talk about yourself. I mean, a second lockdown, you know, it's going to be a while before we can come into your beauty bar and have services again. So what has it been like for you? I mean, obviously you've been able to pivot, but in the sense though, like, you know, do you feel that you had support from the government? Like, did you apply for any of the grants?
Yeah, I did. And definitely the government has been doing the best that they could. I'm not in any way blaming the government for anything. And they've done a pretty remarkable job of trying to help. But of course, the sales would have been obviously better. Like, no matter what, keeping my staff employed would have been obviously way more ideal. And having the regular sales that we would have had would be way more than the government's able to contribute. But I'm super grateful, and because of the government, I'm not as stressed out as you know as I would have been. So I'm really grateful for anything that like has been any sort of help that's been given to us. But it was just it's a time that like us as entrepreneurs, we really need to get creative, and instead of being in a victim mode, but what's happening, it's not just happening to the beauty bar or this beauty industry, it's happening to the whole world. And so the only option, in my opinion, that you could choose is positivity, and you know, so just kind of like shoot for something and create something. And like, I'm really blessed that I kind of came up with this sort of idea, but I know a lot of companies are finding it hard to pivot. So I feel that this is a great way to kind of help expose using my platform. I mean, I'm not like super Insta famous or anything like that, but I do know a lot of really supportive friends and a lot of people that supporting local is really important too. So I've been really lucky, and I'm really, really grateful that I've had this opportunity to be able to do something so cool.
And like for yourself personally too, I mean, you got to be proud. I mean, selling out 3 times, I mean, I think this, and like I said, this could be an ongoing thing that you could do throughout, you know, 2021 to support. But, you know, you've probably noticed yourself personally, right, that you've changed.
For sure. The thing I'm most excited about is, so at $10 of every box goes to the Christmas cheer board. And so far we're able to donate from what we've raised already. We have $1,500 to take to the Christmas cheer board. So that is very satisfying for me. And also for myself personally, I just decided like no alcohol until this lockdown is over, at least, so that I could focus and create and do something. I feel like I have a purpose right now to get these out to as many people as possible, to help promote as many small businesses as possible, and encourage everybody to support as well. And then the charity aspect is really inspiring because I'm hoping to get to a certain number. I don't want to say what it is, but there's a certain number that I would really love to donate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you too, Angie, you know, was there ever a point in this year where you thought, I'm just going to throw in the towel? Or
totally. So the first time around, the first lockdown, I was like, this is a great time to drink at noon and have some wine and like I did a lot of that, and I just kind of didn't have a plan every day. And I have a lot of things that I could have gotten done in that time, and I didn't. But and for sure, like I thought, I knew it was going to get better. But the one thing that comforted me is everybody's in this together. But I just like, yeah, it's a little bit like hopeless because the first time we didn't know when we were gonna when it was gonna get better. It was new to everybody, so it was a little bit weird at first. But now that I look back, and so the second time I'm doing things differently, I promised myself. I did get myself like a business coach, which has helped me a lot. But I just didn't want it to look anything like the first time because I just didn't have a plan or a purpose. But I do realize now, honestly, that it was like I was exactly where I needed to be at the time. And now that I've done that, I don't need to do that ever again.
Well, a life lesson learned then. You know, unfortunately, it takes a pandemic. But you know what? Your story is so wonderful, you know, in all of this. And, you know, I think that you are going to be, you know, something in 2021. And if anything, Angie, you know, a strong supporter of local business. And I think it has changed people's minds. And I hope that it is an ongoing practice that we supply or we support local business more so in the future.
Yeah, totally. Like it's always like, I know all my business owner friends it was really important to them, but I've noticed a huge change in everybody, even if they don't own a business, how important small businesses are. And in 2021, it's funny that you say that because we're going to be releasing a bunch of different boxes, but a little bit, I'm not saying like smaller scale because they won't be, but the holiday box, I'll do it again next year, and it's always going to be a big one. The Valentine's Day, we're going to have another one.
Oh, great.
It's called the Love Box. And so that one will be really cute. Again, local, romantic date night gifts at home, things like that. Something that you can give to a friend. Anyone that you love, you can give this gift to, and we can customize it again.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a birthday box. So the birthday box, again, you can make a custom one for somebody for their birthday. And a lot of people have actually been buying the box for themselves because it's also a box.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be buying yourself. So it's really fun.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you know what? We'll keep us in the loop then. Valentine's people out there, you know, instead of a box of chocolates and the, you know, signature dozen red roses, I would like a beauty box.
Okay, we'll make sure you get one. We'll make sure.
Well, you know what? We wish you, all of our team here, you know, at Hue at Home, wish you and your family and friends and loved ones all the best over the holiday season, however we're going to celebrate. But I think that you've certainly brought a lot of joy to, you know, a lot of people, and that's probably the best gift ever, Angie. We thank you.
You're gonna make me cry.
Aww.
Thank you so much. It's so sweet. Thank you. And you as well. And thank you so much for the last couple of interviews we've done. And it's kept me, you know, motivated, and it's been a lot of fun and getting to know you as well.
Okay. So, well, I can't wait to step foot and see you in person at the beauty bar and meet all of your wonderful team too as well. Okay. Take care.
You too. Thank you.
Yes. Welcome back to Hue at Home. 2020 is coming to a close, folks. Yay! So are you going to make those New Year's resolutions, and what will they be? Here's some advice from our life coach, Linda Drosdowech.
New Year's resolutions. Do you make them? Do you keep them? Do you break them? I know I've always been a fan of making resolutions. Not a big surprise, I'm sure. As a life coach, I've always been drawn to self-help. I've always been fascinated by transformation, new habits that can, you know, change my life. So I have certainly been somebody who has made resolutions. I've also been somebody who's broken those resolutions, as I'm sure all of you are. So this year, 2021, that's coming up, I want to think of it in a different way. I want us to think of, instead of New Year's resolutions being what you're going to do, the actions you're going to take the plans that you're going to make, instead of looking at it that way, ask yourself, how do I want to feel this year? That's a very different way to set intentions, because you're focusing on the feelings you want to create. If you want to feel energized, if you want to feel alive, if you want to feel hopeful, if you want to feel bold or badass or excited, you ask yourself, what thoughts do I need to think in order to feel that way? If I want to feel purposeful, a thought for me that works for me, and it might not work for you. That's the beauty of this. It is very unique and individual. But a thought that I would use if I want to feel purposeful, I have the thought, let it be easy. And that thought releases me from feeling pressure. It lets me feel purpose and on task without forcing. It's a very, very delicious way to feel when I feel purposeful and when I practice the thought, let it be easy. So I want you to take a few moments to write out the top 3 feelings that you want to have this year, and then brainstorm the thoughts that you're going to need to think in order to feel those feelings. Make a list. Well, you all know I love my list, but make a list and really cultivate those thoughts and practice those thoughts. That is the quickest way to achieve the results that you want in our lives. It's not from the actions you take. And this was something that took me a long time to understand. And it's something that I still grapple with on a day-to-day. I think, what are the things that I need to do to get the results that I want? And in fact, if you take a step back and you think it's the feelings that I need to feel and the thoughts that I need to think that are going to create the results that I want. So creating these intentions, the thoughts and feelings are going to get you the results you want. It also takes hard work. It does. We're adults. We got to do things that we don't want to do. But cultivating the thoughts, like, let it be easy. Let it be joyful. Let it be compassionate. All of those thoughts are going to create these feelings that I need in order to take the actions that I need to take to get the results I want. So how do you want to feel in the new year? And let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great holiday, everyone. I am wishing us all peace and love and hope and joy this holiday season. We deserve it. We deserve to feel good, to feel human, to be able to really acknowledge what we've gone through and what hope lies ahead. So have a great holiday, everyone.
2020 will for sure be embedded in our memories forever. It wasn't the year that we expected, but some great things have happened, including this show, Hue at Home. So I want to give a very special thank you to our Hue at Home team that has worked so hard behind the scenes to making sure that this show gets out there. And we want to share more with you too as well. And a very special thank you to all of the guests that we've had on the show and to all of the ladies on our Hue virtual chat. Thank you for your conversations. They have been a mainstay in keeping me sane through all of this. So on behalf of our Hue at Home team, we wish you and your family and loved ones all the best over the holiday season. We'll see you in the new year, 2021, on January 7th to have a bigger and better year for Hue at Home. But for now, stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you next time on Hue at Home.